Hi, I'm Kevin,
And I'm Amanda.
and we are serving up.
All that jam.
All That Jam, Quick Hit. Frankie and the Witch Fingers live versus studio.
How do you approach improvisation and taking the form that you have on the album of the song and doing it live?
I mean, improvisation comes in when we're writing for sure. We do a lot of, especially like the more recent last few recordings we've done, it comes from a place of like, we get in the studio, we jam, we see what we like, we take it home, maybe something pops out, and maybe those little things that pop out become a song. And then improvisation live is something that we like, we want to weave into our sets, but not into masturbatory of a way. Like just we 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 add little improvisational elements mostly towards the end of the set to like have fun with, see how we're feeling. Sometimes we give each other a look, sometimes we're like nah. um so yeah, improvisation plays a role both recording and live for us.
Yeah, there's songs we have like an open area for that we can go off on. And in the past, that on the album Zam, there's a track which is called Zam that actually was we all we had was one riff going into the studio, and we just hit record, and the jam is on the record. So
That
I'd
kind
say
of
that's
happened with Chalice too.
yeah, Chalice. We jammed, we liked it, and then we just kind of re-recorded it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fascinating. Now, do you guys do overdubs when you're in the studio, or is it just straight recording?
Oh yeah, we definitely do overdubs. I feel like we've always done overdubs. It's kind of like it's very rare that we'll definitely try to get the core of the song captured live because there's something about that like tightness and immediacy of that, but at the same time like you have way more control over like, tones and even now like getting more into the nitty-gritty of like takes and things you can experiment a little more, I feel like, with overdubs. We've definitely been a fan of overdubs from the beginning.
Yeah. Now when you first recorded, I guess technology has come leaps and bounds since then. How do you feel like the studio process has changed from 2015 to now?
I mean, when we first recorded, we were using equipment from the '80s already, so we kind
Analog?
of
You went
yeah,
analog?
yeah. I think every record has been recorded to tape. So,
Nice.
but back then, I don't even know if there was a computer involved until the very end. We mixed it, we recorded it on a cassette tape machine, we mixed it on a cassette tape machine, and then the computer only came into to the picture when we like emailed it to the label.
Right. You might get labeled lo-fi. Like
Yeah.
reminds me of Scott McMicken from Dr. Dog.
Oh yeah.
He always talks about how they got their start just each plugged into one track and trying to figure it out, you know?
Totally. And then
Um
now I'd say we use the computer a bit more to mix or to bounce back and forth with the tape machine. We're embracing
is
technology the
there
best we
is
can.
there anything sacrificed for the ease of using a computer than doing it the old way and having to like nail it and do mix down four tracks to one so you could have three open tracks?
Yeah, there. It's nice to have the computer. We record first now to the computer and then send it through tape. So a bad take isn't wasting tape anymore. It's just wasting data that you just delete right after.
And as an observer, I remember watching you guys with the 388 back in the day, like in the old Levitation studio. And there were definitely times where you'd record something and be like, it didn't record. We got to do
Yeah,
that all over again.
Yeah.
And like that like the just being like, we just played that whole thing so well and we have to do it again. Like the crestfallen look in your face doesn't
yeah.
happen so much with the computer.
we fucked around and found out a lot of stuff.
Reminds me of that Steely Dan, the second arrangement,
Oh
the
yeah,
song that disappeared, you know.
the hidden Gaucho track.
Right.
Very, very
Apparently they
familiar.
found bits and pieces of it and reconstructed it online somewhere. So
Yeah, you can find like pretty lo-fi versions of it, but it doesn't live up to their recording standard at all. It's kind of cool.
oh yeah, I have some Steely Dan outtakes from what's the Royal Scam one. It's fascinating to hear like different guitar solos and things, them finding out.
Yeah,
Must be nice to have all that money to just
I
spend like
know.
3 years in the studio.
Yeah, and I mean they would hire like the best studio guitarists to each record a solo, and then they would just pick their favorite.
Right. Or
It's
take a
crazy.
couple notes from something.
Yeah,
We paid this guy $10,000 for 3 minutes work.
must be nice.
Yeah, it must be nice. It must be nice. All right, set list. Who writes the set list?
We all discuss it. I'd say the person who comes up with it is usually Nick, the drummer, or I. Just usually in the van on the way to the show, or if we have a big show like a New York or something, we'll write one out earlier in the week.
Right now, do you have hits, quote unquote hits, songs you feel like you have to play?
Yeah, we have a few. I think there's 3 or 4 songs we try to play every set because, we people love them, we love them. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Now, are there openers, closers in your head, or is anything available for anywhere?
Um, Usually we open with the same one. We open with Empire just because it's the first song on our new album and it just works really well as an opener. It starts with probably like 3 or 4 minutes of just instrumentation. It's a nice hors d'oeuvre.
Right. Let everyone know
Yeah.
something's gonna happen there. What makes a good opener?
I think the thing I like about that one, and I've noticed this, we've talked about this as a band too, is like, you can start off on just like 100, like 0 to 100 miles per hour, but there's something about kind of settling into something, and like that song for me, it kind of like builds, um, in a fun way where like as a band we can like connect, like building instead of just like putting all our energy into the first note. So that's kind of a cool way to start, is like kind of like feeling everything before you really like take off. I like that about that song, at
Good.
least.
Well said.
There you go.
If you are enjoying All That Jam, please like and subscribe to our social media channels at All That Jam Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or visit our website, allthatjampod.com. Make sure to sign up for our email list and tune in every week for new episodes.
Also, look for full interviews on our YouTube channel. And remember, stay beautiful, but don't stay underground too long.